Have you ever noticed how overwhelming homeschooling can feel before you guys even get started? Before you even taught a single lesson or your kids have opened a single book, and somehow your brain's already tapped out. I think we feel more overwhelmed before we've ever opened a book because so often we're planning from the wrong place. Very often, as homeschool moms, besides deciding to homeschool, we think the next decision is on curriculum. It isn't. And if you've even bought your curriculum already, this video is still for you. Today, I want to show you the 3 decisions I make first before I even bring curriculum into the focus of planning. Because once we settle these 3 decisions, everything gets easier. And I think by the end of this video, planning your homeschool year is going to feel a lot lighter. For years, I thought homeschool planning meant curriculum shopping. And honestly, I kind of loved it. I like to plan a lot, and I'm just like, I'm gonna grab my cup of coffee. I'm gonna search the internet. I got the 27 tabs open and I'm reading the reviews. I'm watching YouTube flip throughs. I mean, I've made YouTube flip throughs. You guys, it's satisfying to curriculum shop. Then when I would make the decision, I would feel a lot of relief. And I think, okay, I spent so much time researching, I must have picked the right one. And I thought we were ready, but every year we weren't because every year I changed the plan halfway throughout the year or felt like there was a curriculum that wasn't working and maybe I picked the wrong thing and then maybe we're not doing enough and then maybe I'm failing my kids. Slowly but surely, I began to realize the curriculum was not the problem. I thought that choosing the right curriculum would make our homeschool work. But no curriculum can tell you what kind of homeschool your family needs. So if the right curriculum isn't what's going to make or break my homeschool, then what should I be deciding on first? So let's talk about these 3 decisions. Now, the very first decision we make actually has nothing to do with books, and it has everything to do with commitment. One of the biggest mistakes I see in new homeschool moms is that they're trying to solve all 12 homeschool years before they've even started year one. I mean, I've had moms who their kiddo is maybe entering preschool and they're asking me, what about college? I'm like, friend, like you have like a baby. With why are you trying to solve all these steps right now? And sometimes the floodgates open up. Well, what about high school? What about transcripts? What about graduation? What if I mess this up? And I'm like, let's slow the roll, mama. That's a lot of spiraling to do before we've even gotten started. It's just too much for us to carry in one moment, especially if we're new to this homeschooling thing. We've got multiple children and we're just beginning to learn the process of homeschooling. So I love us to start with giving ourselves a little bit of permission to focus on just one year at a time. And inside the Launch Lab, I actually give moms something to sign called the 1 year homeschool pledge. Because there's something that shifts in your energy when you stop asking, can I do this for the next 12 years? And start asking, can we do this for the next 1 year? It's a much gentler question. And for families who aren't committed to homeschooling long term, because I help all kinds of families. Sometimes they've had to pull their kids out mid-year because of bullying, or they're realizing the school isn't meeting their academic needs. A lot of families, they're starting, with kindergartners. But I work with families all across that spectrum. And sometimes just saying yes to the next year can relieve a lot of pressure. So you don't have to commit to 12 years today. Don't have to figure that out today. You can commit to just faithfully homeschooling through the next 1 year. And below, I actually have that 1 year pledge because it's something I wrote from my heart, and it's like beautiful to reread it. So if you want that 1 year homeschool pledge to print and put on your own fridge, you'll find the link below in the description. Now that we have stopped trying to solve the next decade, it's so funny when you like actually think about what your brain's trying to do and you're like, oh, well, that's silly. So now we finally have enough mental space to think clearly about this next year. And that leads me to our next decision, which is still not curriculum. The second decision I like to make has to do with getting clear on the family life you want to create through homeschooling. The question I like to ask is a little bit different. What kind of homeschool are we trying to build? Not what curriculum does everybody recommend, not what does that homeschool mom on Instagram use, and not even did I buy the right program. I ask, who are my kids this year? What season of life are we in collectively? What does our family actually need? What's realistic for this next year? Because here's what I've learned. If I don't answer those questions first, it's really easy to let the curriculum decide for me. And this, when I stop and I think about what I want to create, not what I want to avoid, that's an important question too, but what I want to create with our family, I cannot remember a time I've regretted it. For example, this year, I have a 13-year-old all the way down to a 6-year-old, and it's summertime right now. And for whatever reason, I feel the pull of my oldest, like being older, heading into the teens. Soon he's going to be able, like, he's got a bike, he can ride anywhere, and he's going to have commitments. He has a job already. All these different things. And I feel like time with him is slipping. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. Be- because I love him so much and we have so much fun together. And so this next year for us is more about fun. It's more about enjoying each other. It's about getting out, doing the things that I felt like I couldn't do when they were young, mostly because of safety. Things like paddle boarding. We're doing things that I've waited to do for a long time that are fun and adventurous and that I feel confident that we can do on our own safely as a family. And it just makes my heart feel so full. So instead of asking, how do I make my family fit this curriculum? I start asking, does this fit our family season? And maybe you've asked those questions backward too, trying to squeeze more lessons into the day, trying to make sure you guys stay on pace, trying to finish every page. And let me give you a hint, they don't finish every page, even in public school. But we do this not because we think it's what's best for our family, but we think this is what we're supposed to do. So before I decide curriculum, I decide my vision because my curriculum should support my family's vision, not the other way around. So a perfect example is when I bought a Spanish curriculum. Now my boys were pretty young. I think I had a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and this was before number 4 came along. And in high school, I was fluent and I just loved the Spanish language. I loved Mexican people, Mexican culture, anything about South America. And I just fell in love with it. And I always wanted to bring that back into our homeschool. So what I did was buy a very expensive elementary Spanish program. And you know what happened? It sat on the counter for years. And I want to say 7 years. And I mean, I had good intentions. I tried to pull out the things and play the little, CDs so we could listen to the songs, the days of the week. I tried multiple times to integrate it into what we would do. But my boys did not care. They did not love Spanish the way I loved Spanish. And there was nothing wrong with the curriculum. It wasn't bad. It was not fitting our family, though. Again, it was built on this imaginary family that I had that I shared back in the last video of this series, that we would just, everybody would listen and like what I would like, and nobody would interrupt. And so it was just one of those moments where disappointed and sad that I spent so much money on it, um, that I had to retire the curriculum. And I gave it to a neighbor who had a kindergarten son, and their family speaks Spanish. And they got all of these wonderful elementary books in Spanish. And so I hope they're reading them because they were great. And again, this is part of my learning process as a homeschool mom. All of us will go through this process in some way. But one of the things that will help is knowing your family's vision and your season and the kids that are in front of you. So when you know what kind of homeschool you're trying to build, then you can decide what actually belongs in it. All right, here is the third decision that I make before I bring curriculum into the focus. And it has to do with something called margin. Another very common mistake I see amongst homeschool moms is assuming that every good opportunity belongs in this homeschool year. You see that co-op. Oh, let's be a part of that co-op. Oh, let's do those sports. Oh, let's also add that music lesson because if I don't do piano, my kids won't be smart. That's what I thought in my head. One of the most peaceful things I've come on as a homeschool mom is realizing just because something is good doesn't mean it belongs in this homeschool year. And what can end up happening is we see so many good things and we want to make all these good things happen in our schedules and in our lives that our margin, our just space for being, begins to be eaten up. And then we don't have time for conversations or rabbit trails or the hard parenting moments where we need to slow down and be present. Because those things actually, that margin that creates time and space for those things, those are important too. Those are a part of homeschooling. It's not just about book work, it's about who you guys are becoming as a family. So a peaceful homeschool life isn't built by filling every hour. It's built by leaving room for real life. Now, notice where we are. We've taken three very important decisions. We've made them. We've committed to the year. We know what kind of homeschool we're building. We've protected our margin. Now, choosing curriculum becomes pretty easy because curriculum is finally answering the right question. It's not answering who should our family become, but what tool best supports the homeschool we've already decided to build. Curriculum is important, and it can definitely make a homeschool year easier or harder. And I love looking over curriculum. I just had a curriculum swap, and I'm like, ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at this. It's fun, but it's a tool. It's not your whole homeschool. And honestly, this is exactly why I built the Plan Your Homeschool Year in just 14 days with the Launch Lab. Because moms don't need another planner. They don't need a curriculum list. They don't need another giant Pinterest board. They need someone to walk beside them through these decisions, one at a time, in the right order. Inside Plan Your Homeschool Year, we spend 14 days building your homeschool from the ground up. Not by throwing more information at you, but by making one simple decision each day. Start with your mindset. We find your style. Talk about your core four, your yearly rhythm. Then we talk about your routines and your curriculum. And by the end, you haven't just bought books. You've built a homeschool that actually fits your family. And that's a completely different kind of confidence. At the beginning of this series, we talked about why homeschooling feels so hard. And we talked about why so many of us accidentally homeschool like school. And then we talked about why more planning is not helping. Then we talked about a homeschool that fits real life. Today, we finally answered the question, where do I plan first? And again, not the curriculum, it's not the planner, it's not looking at somebody else's homeschool. It starts with your family. Because when you build your homeschool around your real life, everything has somewhere to fit. So I'd love to have you inside plan your homeschool year like a boss. And if that's not the right next step for you, that's okay. Follow me, like this video, share it with a mom that you know she's stuck on where do I start planning? Because that 1 year homeschool pledge is going to make a huge difference. I'll see you around.